Which I'm on decent pace. I'm a couple hours ahead of my previous game, but I'm also still waiting for the Tunnel 11 excavator to activate.
Okay, you're just, making up extra time
Yeah.
by playing like that.
I mean, I feel like it's to me, unless you're gonna play with Astro and play extremely well, glitched Astro is just better than
Yeah.
fully trapped. Hey, Nate the Great. And like, I guess yeah, you can run BDSM, but I think what I'm doing is pretty optimal. Hey, Husky. How am I doing? I'm doing well.
Warning. Excavator Omicron will cause decompression of Tunnel 11.
Speaking of, guess which excavator I just got as soon as I unpaused?
Tunnel 6.
Yep. No, I actually got Tunnel 11.
You got
But that-
Tunnel 4?
Tunnel 4, yeah. What? How did I just miss half the horde there? Hate when that happens. I shoot right into the window and only half the horde dies. This is actually perfect because I have enough time to get my first max ammo before it breaches. Okay, I need to lock in and remember how to do this horde up that I'm not going to have to do after this, basically.
Warning. Excavator
Just
Omicron
finished the
will
round.
cause decompression
What round is
of
this?
Tunnel 11.
274?
Oh, okay. That sort of came at the last minute. I hate when I throw a Gersh and, like, for the first bunch of seconds, a drop just isn't spawning, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to throw another Gersh, and then the last zombie gives you a power-up, and you have to react and be like, oh shit, I gotta shoot the horde and get ready to hack it. Thank you, Jude's Abyss. Hey, J-Edits.
Warning. Excavator Omicron will cause decompression of Tunnel 11.
Alright, I don't have to worry about the stupid horde up anymore. Which means now I'm losing time for the rest of the game, but I think... I could be wrong in my estimation, but I think this is a reasonable time to start doing dome drops. Hey, Samurai Ed. Hey, Patrick. This is... I mean, the nice thing is I'm going to be able to stream for another, like, 3 hours or so. Maybe even more. Not a very EU-friendly stream. But...
What's my first drop this round gonna be?
Warning. Excavator
how high am I going to go?
will cause decompression of Tunnel 11 in 60 seconds.
In this game, I'm gonna go as far as I can make it. In this stream, I'm going to go until I'm bored.
I got my first 2 drops immediately. What do you think they are?
Warning.
Bonus points, full power.
Will cause decompression of Tunnel
One of them is
11
correct.
in 30
Full power was correct.
Yep.
I like being inside the tunnel while it breaches and hearing the... Alright, how long is it gonna take?
decompression in Tunnel 11. PES required.
All right. Now we're at this part of the game. Bro doesn't like to breathe, confirmed. I prefer BO1 Moon, but I really like both versions. Like, if I had to pick one map to play for the rest of my life, it would be just Moon, and I would be very happy playing BO1 and BO3.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more oxygen for me, which means now we're doing biodome drops.
Doming. Baller.
I should have seen how much my time to reset jumped up. Technically, I can still check when I go to the dome, but I'm just gonna... No, actually, I will put it on screen. Reset tracker. Why not bother to hack the excavator? I don't need oxygen in this area anymore. I like to keep the oxygen on for a while because then I don't have to leave and grab the hacker to go get power-ups. But then at this point in the game, it's just a little bit safer to have no oxygen. And like, I'm getting power-ups multiple times in a round, and once I sort of hit that point, I might as well be in the dome and only lose a couple minutes per round and make up all that time and then some by wearing the PES, which extends my reset. Yeah, breaching Tunnel 11. So breaching Tunnel 11 removes one entity, which would be about like 15 minutes worth, but then wearing the PES removes 11 entities. So I end up saving like 2 hours. Based on current reset projection, what round do I think is possible? In this game, it's hard to say because it sort of depends on how lucky I am. But in general, I think at least around 257 is possible. Maybe even more with better luck. Is that a world record? The current world record is around 252. So, assuming I follow this pattern, I would be able to beat the world record pretty easily.
That game was pretty unlucky.
Yeah, that game was unlucky. It's definitely beatable. Oh. Okay. Why do some people prefer to hold the hacker and go in and out of the tunnel for oxygen instead of just grabbing the PES? Because then you don't have to come to the dome to get drops. Although I find that strategy to just be too big of a pain in the ass. And I prefer just doing this. Because like you can just play a little bit faster in Tunnel 11, not worrying about like your air. It just gives you more room for error. 260 is probably doable, but very difficult. I'm a believer in 260 being possible, but other people are doubters. We'll see. Levi's 246 is luckier than Furret's 252. Yeah, Furret's 252 was like 1,000 box hits worse than the previous world record. If you let Tunnel 11 breach, why not trap Astro? Because I just let it breach this round. Well, that's great. Any biodome drops want to spawn? Maybe. Love trading out on my first round back. That's so much fun. Do you gain that much time for playing a 120 with air? I'm like 2 hours ahead of my previous run. So, yes. Do you know if you can do the custom camos on an RGH? I wouldn't know. That didn't damage all of them. That damaged all of them.
Round 18 is taking a little bit of time here.
What other gun am I holding? Currently the SPAS 12. Wait, what drop just spawned?
Can you help me end round 18 a little quicker?
Saved. That's amazing. So you want to... Okay, so I go, welp, shit, all 3 Kirsches didn't give me a drop. I damage all the zombies, I run into the labs, and I hear a drop spawn. I go, hold on, what was that? Fucking run back into the dome. There's a nuke on the first pad, and I get a drop.
Nice.
Hey, Tom King. Hey, Masco. Am I going to trap Astro eventually? I don't need to move him from where he currently is, so no. Maybe there's an argument to be made for killing him, but, like, he's going to be a pain in the ass to deal with if I don't.
Please activate PES. PES active.
All right, we stay winning. Realized a little too late that not all of them despawned. I don't know why that happens, where I get like delayed respawners. There's no way that animation of the Astro when stuck was not made on purpose. I'm pretty sure that's a default animation for any character in the game that like doesn't know what animation to do. There's instances where campaign players can do that as well. It's basically like the Call of Duty T-pose. So no, that was not on purpose in the sense that they didn't want the astronaut dancing. Yeah, Dome Drop just came in clutch again. Yeah. And it's gonna keep coming in clutch. Like, think about the amount of time I'm saving just by being able to do that. Like, unimaginable how much time I'm going to save. That's the 3rd time this run that I've prevented a trade out with a Dome Drop. Is there a mod menu for BO3 on Xbox? Probably. I would ask somebody else. I would ask somebody who owns BO3 on Xbox and owns. Has anyone ever submitted an RGH game on ZWR? I don't know. It depends on.
Probably not.
You're asking me a lot of questions about mods that I don't have access to and don't know anything about.
I didn't hit the tribute. I'm a shitter.
Slang only got 1 Dome Drop all game and is 237. I've already gotten more Dome Drops than he has.
By a lot.
Yeah. Reset increased by about 2 hours with the PES. That's pretty good. I'd imagine that makes up for all the time I'm going to lose. Kind of want to learn DE high rounds. Luckily, I have a great video on DE high rounds.
When's the Doris video dropping?
I need to finish the script. I'll do that tomorrow. I got lazy. EU unfriendly stream.
And then we're dropping the Ancient Evil guide. Surely your viewers are gonna vote for that.
I hope so. I would love to play Ancient Evil. No, not even joking. This is random to say, but not gonna lie, I was surprised to see that a first room attempt I did on Die-Rise could be considered at least top 12. I think that many players tend to overestimate how many people like playing side categories, and especially how many people like submitting runs to the leaderboards in general. Now we're down another CWR CEO.
Fear just got like round 52, I think, on Verruct. BO3 Verruct Classics, 1 round, 1 room.
It's kind of crazy, actually. Do I know who Tim Hansen is? I do. I am not subscribed to him. Who is JZM? Why is JZM? When is JZM? JZM is right now. That's why it says live.
Is all the time. Shit.
Okay, is this round gonna end, or am I already at the point where I have to get 3 drops in a round? Any downs? 1 down.
That's one way to recover health. Have your shield break and then fucking get destroyed.
It's sad how the Smith plays fell off. I don't know. I feel like his content was kind of mid.
I didn't watch like any of those big zombie guys. I watched like Idle Steve, Mado Master, Scotty, King Jack, Steve, all the fucking big guys.
He did a poll on the hardest zombies map in BO3. A majority said ZNS. No, I would say Shangri-La is the hardest map on BO3.
It's probably like only base BO3 maps.
Yeah, unless it's only base BO3 maps, in which case I would... I want to say Gorod, but Gorod gives you unlimited downs, so it just can't be Gorod.
Yeah, you do have unlimited downs on GK.
It probably is Zetsubo if we're talking base BO3 maps only and no Chronicles. The government will open again. We are saved. Yeah, who needs healthcare anyway? Like, the whole reason I'm so passionate about this shutdown specifically is because I don't know how I'm going to afford healthcare in 8 months when I turn 26. I do not know, and the Republicans don't have a plan. That is not 24 zombies. That's not the right way.
23.
That's not 23 zombies either. I knew it.
Dude, these tributes are fucking expensive. Imagine if you're on like round 520 and fucking tribute costs like 500,000. I don't think it scales like that though. I don't know how it scales. It's weird.
Hey, just Handler. Going well, how are you?
Janathanler.
Dude, it's so difficult to get... Oh my god, it's... I mean, this is fine. I shoot as soon as I hear, and I'm fucking... getting... all the respawners. God damn it, what? Your healthcare plan is set to go up $100 a month in January. Well, that's good. That actually seems better than what's happening to most people's healthcare. I spawned in a Nova, so I have to wait for that to show up. When was my first down? Round 103. I grabbed an insta-kill, threw a grenade into the window to try to kill some zombies, and then I threw another grenade and didn't realize that the grenade that I threw all the way to the back of the window had bounced all the way to the front, and so I picked it up and killed myself when I went to throw my second grenade. There you are. What am I supposed to do in the dome again? Aren't I supposed to hoard up and then, like, kill a horde and then go? I am, right?
Okay, no. You're the moon the hard way expert.
Yeah, my problem is I'm currently on my parents' health care. I turned 26 in 8 months, and my parents are saying, hey, you should look into what you're going to do for health care. And I'm like, hey, I'm not going to look into it until then because, like, what am I going to do? Sign up for health care now, and then 2 months from now, my health care is triple the price? And that, like, and then I'm locked in, or what? So, we'll see. Maybe the trick is just don't get sick. Get Medicare? The Medicare that the subsidies are expiring for? The Medicare that 15 million people are about to lose and 25 million people are going to have their premiums double or even triple? That Medicare? The Medicare that they're saying that they want to completely get rid of? That Medicare?
Yeah, I think that one.
Yeah, that one? Okay, yeah, that one. Yeah, I'll do that. I love paying $8 trillion a month for healthcare. Do you need health insurance? You seem healthy. I'd like to think everyone needs health insurance. It doesn't matter if I'm healthy. I still want to go to a doc. I want to have the option to go to a doctor without paying $7,000. What was the first map to introduce infinite downs? It depends on your definition of infinite, because I assume the answer you're looking for is Mob of the Dead with the Afterlife system, where your downs regenerate one per round. But the question is, like, does that count as infinite? Because that's not infinite.
No, Die Rise has infinite downs.
Die Rise does have infinite downs with Who's Who. That's a good point. So even I'm wrong about that. But also I was going to say, you got to be more specific when you say infinite downs, because I think the first map to have infinite downs is Nacht der Untoten. As long as you are in a 2-player game, you can just down and revive over and over again. Honestly, how much do you think that you will really pay a month with this change? I don't know, because I haven't looked into healthcare plans yet. I just know that whatever I'm going to pay will probably be double or triple what I would have paid if the subsidies didn't expire. And it's not just about me. It's like, also my grandma is probably going to lose her healthcare. All I know is that a year ago, I woke up one morning and I was incredibly sick, like barely able to get out of bed. Why would she lose her health care? Because they're getting rid of the subsidies that cover people who can't work. She's 81. She doesn't work. She's retired. They're getting rid of the subsidies that cover those people. Like, are you paying attention to what's going on at all? Well, no, what was I saying? So, hey, Zealous. It's going well. How are you? Oh, I didn't... Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, it's sort of tricky. I own my own business, meaning I don't get, like, my company to pay for my healthcare because I am my company and I have to pay for my healthcare. Right now, I don't have to worry about that, but I do in 8 months. And the point is the subsidies, the reason this whole government shutdown was happening was the Affordable Care Act basically makes it so that people who are on the Affordable Care Act only have to pay a maximum of 8% of their annual income towards their health care, and they cap it. And basically, even though the insurance companies charge more than that, the difference between what the insurance companies charge and what you are paying is covered by the government. But now the government is getting rid of those subsidies, meaning that the health insurance companies can just charge whatever they want, pretty much. Or at the very least, they're going to increase prices to what they would be without the subsidies, which for most people is around double, if not triple, if not quadruple what they're currently paying. Which will make healthcare go up for basically everybody. Like a majority of the country will see their healthcare costs increase to some degree. On top of the 15 million people who don't make enough or can't work or are children who aren't able to get their own healthcare or are disabled or whatever, that rely entirely on government assistance to make sure that they can see a doctor and to make sure that they get the care that they need for whatever they need, especially for people who are disabled, who aren't able to work, for people who are extremely sick, who aren't able to work, who need these healthcare subsidies to live so that they don't have to pay $600,000 to get their cancer treatment. But to give you guys an example, a little over a year ago, I woke up, I was very sick. I thought to myself, man, I need to sleep it off, but I was like in bed will this affect veterans that are disabled? Oh yeah, it will. Oh yeah. Because many of them are relying on these same subsidies. A lot of them can't work, so they don't get health insurance from their job, so they don't have that much income, if at all, and they are being protected by the Affordable Care Act to make sure that they only pay a certain amount on their health care every month. But the subsidies being gone means that the health insurance companies can charge whatever they want for people. They can deny people based on having pre-existing conditions, something that the Affordable Care Act looks to prevent and has effectively done so. Anyway, so when I woke up and I was sick, I did the only thing that I could do, because I wasn't going to call 911 and call for an ambulance, because I knew I was very sick, but I was like, I don't need to be hauled to a hospital. I just need to go to an urgent care. So I got up, put a mask on, and I walked a few blocks away to where the closest urgent care was. I made sure that they were in network, or at the very least, they told me they were in network. And I was there for about 20 minutes, and they told me they did a flu test, they did a COVID test, and they were like, and what ended up happening was like, yeah, you have the flu. And even though I got a flu shot, I had a really bad flu. Maybe I forgot to get it that year. I don't know. So I was there for maybe 20 minutes. They told me, yup, you have the flu. We're going to prescribe you something that should help. Stay in bed for a few days. And that was that. And obviously I'm here now. And then a few months later, I get sent a bill for $843. Because apparently my insurance wouldn't even cover all of it. And I was like, well, $843 is a lot to spend, given that I was at the doctor's office for probably about 20 minutes. Point being, I spoke to my insurance company, and I guess they were able to cover most of it, but I still had to cover, like, $200. What's the context of this stream? The title, or just me playing Moon? Because I'm just playing Moon. The title's about how I'm not going to be able to afford healthcare. I don't leave my PC on. I hibernate it in between sessions. Point being, despite the fact that I am not on Medicare right now, and despite the fact that my current insurance is through my dad's work, which is interesting because he's going to be let go of his job at the end of December, so, you know. Had I not had subsidies, which cap how much insurance is allowed to charge, which generally speaking try to limit how much the, care facilities like urgent care and hospitals are able to charge, to a varying degree of success, I guess. If I did not have the subsidies that exist, I would have had to pay over $800 for that one trip to urgent care where I was there for 20 minutes and they told me, yup, you have the flu. What if you wanted to play a game of CS while mid-high round? Just open up CS. Am I going to be a doctor? Probably yes, but not a doctor of medicine. Ooh, why? Are you fucking kidding? Oh, what? I had 2 wave gun glitch shots in a row.
Nice.
I don't understand why the Republicans wanted this, because they want the country to be hurting. They want people to be in pain so that they can give more tax breaks to their millionaire donors. And more importantly, so that when people start losing their health care, when people start losing their food, when people can't afford anything, there's going to be mass civil unrest, and then Trump can use that as an excuse to declare martial law and cancel the 2026 election. Maybe. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, it's a hot prediction, but also if you read Project 2025, it's pretty clearly stated. I think the problem with healthcare, it doesn't really have to do with who is paying for it, whether it's government funded or whether it's private. It's more that the health insurance industry is a for-profit industry. They aren't legally required to keep prices low, but also they don't compete with each other. They just collude to keep prices as high as possible. And hospitals and healthcare facilities generally are in on it in that they will charge hundreds of dollars for the simplest procedure. You can walk into an emergency room and ask for a Band-Aid, and you'll probably get a bill for about $357. Mostly, which is mostly done because they know that most people, that either the insurance is going to pay it off, or the insurance isn't going to pay it off and the person isn't going to afford it, and then the hospital can write off everything, all the money that they don't get as a loss so that they never pay taxes. Which is especially interesting because it's not like they pay the hospital employees well either, for the most part. Who are the biggest donors to the Republicans? A lot of billionaires. You know, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all those people. But also Israel. And in case you're wondering who the biggest donors for most of the Democrats are, same people. Which is why when Democrats are finally winning on an issue and finally fighting so that we can get those healthcare subsidies guaranteed, 8 Democrats say, well, I'm not up for re-election, so I'm just going to cave and screw over all of my constituents in the whole country because my billionaire donors don't want to have to worry about their flights being canceled before Thanksgiving. That's all it took. That's all it took. As soon as it starts affecting the millionaires, then it becomes a problem. So, yeah, that's the context for the title of the stream. And so, yes, I had a good day in general, but I'm very worried because it's sort of an interesting time to be almost 26. Is it the end of the round yet? Something tells me it's not. Going for my 3rd drop of the round, which isn't good.
Be on top of those wave gun cancels.
Yeah, dude, sometimes you just can't react. Any Bird Game 3 fans here? I'm a fan of Bird Game 3.
I don't know what the hell that is.
You don't remember Bird Game 3 for the Xbox 50? That shit was lit, man. Hey, Flanky.
What you know about MX Unleashed on the original Xbox?
MX Unleashed? I don't know anything about that.
Exactly. You don't know nothing about nothing if you don't know about...
I wonder if the billionaires dislike the new mayor of New York City. Oh, I'm certain they do. It's quite literally why Andrew Cuomo had millions of dollars of donations, mostly coming from millionaires and billionaires. Whereas Mamdani, I believe, had a lot less money and most of it came from working class people.
Bird Game 3 was everywhere? No, it wasn't.
No, Bird Game 3 was the best.
Dude, what you know about Hexic?
I'm surprised they let him win. I think his win is an important lesson that the people are stronger than money. But most of the time, we don't realize it because very rarely do we get a candidate enthusiastic enough to get the people to go out and vote. And I think the Democrats need to realize, like, you need to give people a reason to want to vote instead of just saying, let's just give Trump everything. And like, basically their whole plan right now is let's just ruin the country and blame it on the Republicans. And by doing so, capitulate to everything the Republicans are trying to do instead of trying to fight it at all. Why do I feel like this is round? My country, they kind of attach just prestige to being a doctor and see it as a path to getting financially set for life and rich. Which is why I don't trust many doctors. Why did the Dem Senate open the government again if it's going to affect so many people like you? Because the Democrats are insanely weak. They knew that they were winning on the issue, that nobody was blaming the shutdown on the Democrats, they were blaming the shutdown on the Republicans. The Republicans were absolutely refusing to negotiate on healthcare at all. And they were waiting for the Democrats to cave. Problem is, for 40 days, the Democrats never caved. And they said, if you're not willing to negotiate with us on the issue of healthcare, it's going to be your fault that all these people suffer, which it was. And the polling in the country showed that most people put it on the Republicans because they refused to negotiate. But then yesterday, Democrat senators, 8 of them, mainly people who are not up for re-election anytime soon and or are retiring, said, okay, we're just going to agree so that we can get the government open, because their donors were worried about, man, if the airlines are having trouble, then we're not going to be able to fly and it's going to be a problem. And basically just sold out their own voters. Because they are weak. They could have held the line, and they either would have let the pain be worse now and forced Republicans to negotiate, or the Republicans would just all be voted out, right? But now that the Democrats have capitulated, the Democrats are basically saying, yeah, we rubber stamp this terrible Republican plan. Thought we weren't going to talk about it. I want to watch Moon. Yeah. That's one of those excavators. I do care about not destroying everything. What did I miss? Why is the title like that?
Excavators.
Huh?
One of them rare excavators that you actually care about.
But here's the fun thing is, what I can do is when I go to spawn to deal with the biodome excavator, I can hack Tunnel 11's excavator while I'm there. And then the next time an excavator activates, there's a 1 in 3 chance that it's Tunnel 11, and then I don't have to do anything. Why aren't politicians pro-good, anti-bad? They're pro-money. They're pro, let me make as much money as possible. They're just open about it to varying degrees. What decides the astro name on plutonium? Is it not the same thing that decides the astro name on everything else?
Well, console's different.
Oh, yeah, because console chooses the name of your friends off of your friends list. Why do senators and government officials get paid when the government is shut down? It's a great question. And no, I don't agree with that. And I think they'd be more motivated to negotiate and keep the government open if it also affected their pay. But that's not the world we live in. Have I updated my haircut? What do you mean by that?
View?
They should be forced to stay there until they make a decision rather than go on vacation. Remember, it was Mike Johnson who sent them on vacation. Or the house, at least. Michael Jackson? Yes. How many more
What?
hours do you think it would take to pass your previous moon PB? Probably at least 10.
Warning. Excavator Epsilon will cause decompression of biodome in 60 seconds. Excavator Epsilon.
Did O Jumpy come into your chat accusing you of being disrespectful to BO3 players? Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago. Why? And then he was immediately disrespectful to BO4 players. So
I'm on 275 now.
Excavator
You know what that
Omicron.
means?
what was his motivation for doing that? Well, he came into my stream while I was playing.
It started with me posting my Shadows game, basically.
Wasn't it
Pretty much where
your
it started.
Ancient Evil
Well, that's where he
notebooks?
first. That's where he first was talking. He's like, "That's not a world record because it's not the fastest."
Oh.
I was like, "I don't care how you guys feel about that. I don't." Like 255 and it's flawless. Like, is flawless not a world record on BO3 anymore? Like,
Nancy said
yeah.
that she would have ran the Senate better than Chuck. Maybe. Probably not. Did she run the House better? No. No.
right back.
What was his motivation for doing that? He was saying that BO3 players have all decided that only the fastest 255 counts as the world record, and getting to 255... Oh, I didn't mean to unpause. And getting to 255 itself does not count as a world record on the high round category. Which, I get the implication that, like, only the fastest is the one that's important, but 255 is the highest round. It is the world record for the highest round. That's why they're separate categories. Anyway, so Jumpy got upset with me for implying that if I get to Moon 255, that it would count as the world record for the highest round. Tied with a bunch of other people, but still world record. And he said that implying that was being disrespectful to the BO3 community. Yeah, it's joint world record. That's what it is. To me, 255 speedrun is separate. Can I just get a drop, please? And then, so he got mad at me. And then the next day after that happened, Jake posted his Ancient Evil No Perks world record into Wonderful's server. And he got upset at Jake, saying, sorry, that's a bummy category, you shouldn't have put that here. And was just trying to say that he's the authority figure on what counts as a world record, or what counts as an interesting world record, or like
A server that's not his, by the way.
oh, saved.
And I asked Wonderful, and he didn't care.
Bummy is top 10 words in the dictionary. And it was really weird because, like, it's Wonderful's server, and part of this was because it was potentially for Wonderful's end of the year montage. he has a channel in his server where, like, if a new world record gets beaten, you can post it, and he will add it to the list to maybe include in the montage. And so Jake posted his own world record, and was immediately met with, no, that's a bummy category. Wonderful's not going to include that. Even though Wonderful himself said...
He didn't care that I posted it, basically.
Yeah. Have there been any high round world records this year on BO1? Surely. But...
So a co-op record on Moon.
Yeah, the co-op
2P
record on
200.
Moon.
Or like all the co-op records on Moon were beaten this year, right? 2, 3, and 4P.
Yeah, that's true. Were there any solo records that I'm thinking of?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It's interesting.
Was Shinonuma? Was Tails Shinonuma this year? I don't think so.
I don't think it was. I thought that was last
I mean,
year.
was the Verk 208 tie this year?
No, that was this year, I think. I forget.
I mean, a joint world record is a world record, right?
A joint world... Yeah, exactly. A joint world record is a world record on any other game. So why wouldn't it be on Black Ops 3?
Just because there's a round cap, bro.
I also believe that for Cold War and BO6. If you get to 935 on Cold War or 999 on BO6, you have a world record. You have the highest round on that map and on that game. Yes, it's tied with a bunch of other people, regardless of what map you do it on, but it is a world record. And obviously, there's a case to be made that, like, oh, the fastest 935 or 999 is interesting, but there's also a case to be made that a flawless 935 or 999 is interesting, or the first 935 or 999 is interesting. What's the issue with the world record being joint? According to him, it's disrespectful, I guess. I mean, Sluya was faster. Do the rules say he's above Nestor on leaderboards? No, they don't. Not for BO1. It's projecting your monthly healthcare payment will go from $50 to $450. I'm really sorry to hear that. I am. And I wish that my party was a little bit more of a backbone, but Democrats are so weak right now that we actually are just gonna let the country sink. I have a question. I left a BO3 game paused overnight, and today while I was at work and got home, and it froze. Any idea what causes that? Did you hibernate it, or did you leave it open? Because my advice would be to hibernate it to minimize the risk of it freezing while you're gone. It being your PC. Good thing none of us care about what he considers disrespectful. He was disrespectful. You left it open? Yeah, I would hibernate your PC, is my first piece of advice. Black Ops 3 can just be tricky. Like, I also deal with issues where BO3 will just, like, freeze my PC. And BO1 and BO2 and BO4 don't really do that. But hibernating will solve a lot of your issues.
I just took a dab that was maybe a little bigger than I should have, but I'm fucking high now.
I'll do that after stream, probably. Would hibernation disconnect you? It would. You would have to be playing on local to use hibernation.
Yeah, you gotta hit go offline on the main menu. Knight's gonna die right now, isn't he?
I assume his argument is that if you say you hold a world record, he feels you're implying that you're the best at the particular map or category. And like, to a certain extent, I get that. But I think that, like, if I go into somebody else's stream, and let's say that they don't have 10,000 subscribers, right? And the reason I say that is because I don't think that I'm a super big streamer right now, in the sense that, like, I'm not as big as Noah J or Lex or any of those guys sitting above 100,000 or 1 million subscribers. But at the same time, I think my 10,000 subscribers means that I have more subscribers than almost everyone else in the high rounded community, which puts a lot of pressure on me as sort of a representative of that community, right? If I'm one of the biggest people that does high round world records, you know, one of, not the biggest, I think there's a few people with more, then I think that if I went into somebody else's stream who was less big than me and told them, and they were on round, please stream Origins BO2. First of all, thank you for the $2. That really means a lot. Not right now, but it'll happen one day. Healthcare budget should not be politicized. I think healthcare should just be a universal right. And whether that means that private healthcare exists, but they're capped on how much they're allowed to spend, or whether that means that there's a government option, I don't know. I don't care what the best solution is. I just know that I'm going to have to pay a fuck ton of money in 8 months, and I don't know where I'm going to get the money. Right? The point being, going back to what I was saying, if I went into a smaller streamer than me, into their stream chat, and they were on round 200 plus, which is something that very few players will ever see in their lifetimes, right?
Guess who's live?
Who?
Dante.
What is he playing again?
He's trying to get the flawless world record on Ancient Evil, I guess. Which is 311 by max, I think.
Okay. First of all,
plays flawless on this map.
I understand that, like, the problem with Black Ops 3 is that 255 on some maps is a little easy. There's over 100 people that have 255 on Revelations, right? Including me. But at the same time, Revelations is a very easy map. Not denying that, right? The skill that it takes to get to 255 on Revelations is objectively much less than the skill that it takes to get to 255 on most other maps, or to even get a world record on most other maps. But
It could be less tries to get it on SOE than Rev, but that's megas, I guess. SOE, but still.
But at the same time, it still takes a lot of dedication to get to round 200 plus, let's say. It takes a lot of luck that you don't crash, that you don't disconnect if you're playing online, which I was when I got to 255 on Rev. That you don't have a power outage, that you don't fuck up and die.
You gotta be consistent.
Right? You have
Especially on BO3.
You
BO3,
have to
like,
be
you
consistent.
can't be slacking, really.
Right? It's entirely possible, even on a map like Revelations, that one round you forget to hold out your Thunder Gun at the beginning of the round, and the Panzer spawns and you're just dead. Right? It still takes dedication regardless of what category you're playing or what you're doing. And I think it would be rude of me to go into another streamer's chat if they're on round 200 plus and they put in the hours, they put in the work, they had a bunch of failed attempts, they had a disconnect, they had a crash, they had a whatever, and for me to go to them and say, yeah, by the way, when you do eventually hit 255, it will not be the world record. And it's disrespectful of you to imply
That you have the world record.
that you have the world record, even though you have the same round that all of us have. Right? I think
What
that
is
would
this
be...
guy's stream right now?
I think that would be really discouraging. And I think that if I were to do that to somebody smaller than me, somebody that has less subscribers than me, they would be discouraged from wanting to continue the map. knowing, oh, this person who has the record is saying that my record wouldn't matter, or that I'm disrespectful for like even being proud of my achievement.
What is this guy's stream?
Right? I think that would be rude.
Dude, I don't think you can even submit this.
What?
What is happening? Look at this guy's stream, bro.
Dante's? Is he streaming on YouTube or
Look at-
Twitch?
I sent it to you. Look at this
Okay, hold
fucking
on.
guy. Bro, look at his stream right now. Holy fuck. You can't see anything.
Oh, man. Is his name Dante's iPhone because he's streaming from his iPhone?
No, he's streaming off his Xbox, I think. I think he's
Okay.
on Xbox.
Okay, chat, are you guys ready?
Look at this shit. Oh my god, it's just all frozen.
Bro, it will not load.
It's frozen. Oh, there it goes. Oh, he's killing him with the Viper. This guy's goaded.
Oh
This guy's
my
a pro.
god. Oh, wow, this is the clearest it's looked. It immediately
Dude, this
It
is
immediately started
this is
buffering. As
crazy.
soon as it got clear, it started buffering. What bitrate is he streaming at? Dude, this is 10 frames every so often.
10 frames every so often at like half visual quality.
Okay, listen. Making fun of someone for the round that they are on or for the round that they are trying to achieve, not okay. Making fun of someone for their stream looking like this? Okay. Kind of funny. Can we agree on
Oh,
that?
shit.
Can
Look,
we agree
he
on
fixed
that?
it.
Can
Look, he
we
fixed it.
whatever.
Nah, dude, this guy's a pro. He was on 100 plus the other day. I saw him. He's gonna get it done, dude. This guy's just non-stop playing Ancient Evil, getting high as shit. Like I'm about to do. Let's play.
Anyway,
What round do you think I can get to tonight?
anyway, what round can you get to tonight? What round are you on right now?
275.
You'll get to 281.
281. God damn.
Am I going to
That's
run for a?
ambitious.
Am I going to run for a spot in government? Can I tell you the truth? And like I discuss politics on stream a lot. I discuss politics on stream more than like I should, if anything. I joined the ZWR Discord. The community seems dead. I left that Discord a while ago. Hey, Crafted Sam. When is the Call of the Dead gameplay again? Jake and I need to plan it. He and I have just been preoccupied with other games, but he and I need to plan it. Although you and I should play together soon. I did figure out how to open multiple instances of Black Ops 1 without issues. So, like, even if I'm in the middle of this game, you and I can play. I'd be down to try some more Verrückt while I'm more sober. Not tonight, but, like... Your Discord is the new #1 Zombies Discord, it seems like. I'm genuinely glad to have that distinction. I would like to probably update it with more resources and things like that. And maybe at a certain point when I have more free time or when I can get moderators who are into doing that sort of thing, I could probably create spreadsheets that are sort of unofficial, but like, hey, let's keep a leaderboard of just my subscribers. Like, just people in the Discord who want to have their runs somewhere and we can compete with each other. You know, as opposed to something like ZWR, which might be a little bit much for me at the moment. But, you know what I mean? And we'll do, like, the old-fashioned Google Doc leaderboards. Yeah, I have to add even more info in there. Anyway, no, what I was gonna say before, someone asked if I plan on running for a spot in government. And the answer is probably yes. I talk a lot about politics on stream just because I think it's something that it's something that obviously I care about a lot. I think it's something that affects our lives in many more ways than many of us like to admit. And I think that a lot of what the current administration is doing now is really, really, really horrific. Not just about the healthcare stuff or whatever, but like the fact that there's a secret police going through cities here in the United States, rounding up people, including U.S. citizens, and deporting them to foreign countries they've never been to. That's a massive humanitarian crisis if I've ever seen one. Am I going to run for president? I have to work my way up. It's, you know, it's getting involved in politics is not super easy. And I'm sort of weighing my options because the ICE shit is really disturbing. Yeah, it fucking is. It's fucking Gestapo shit. It's ridiculous. Anyway. Because I want to leave my options open in that, do I want to run for local office first? Probably. Like, you know, my town something, or maybe even run for like a position in New York City Council or something. I would have to move back there first. You should go help the new mayor. I'm considering applying for some position, like even just as like an intern in the mayor's office or something, just to learn. Because the truth is, I talk a lot about how I believe the system should work, and I do care more about helping the American people and giving people reasonable solutions and trying to avoid fighting over things that, you know. At the same time, the country's really divided right now. USA ended up on the Human Rights Watch. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. But also, running a campaign is difficult. I do have aspirations to run for Congress one day. One day meaning probably soon, in the next 10 years, maybe. Maybe earlier, maybe not. It sort of depends. I don't have experience running for office. The only thing that I have experience in is, I guess, campaigning for other people. I was knocking on doors on behalf of Kamala Harris, on behalf of the person who was running for Congress in my district, who didn't end up winning, because my district's a very red district where I currently live. You think I could easily win a Senate spot right now? I'm not old enough for the Senate, unfortunately. I have to be 30. I am old enough for Congress. I just became old enough for Congress. Which is part of the reason why I'm like, I don't need to run now, because, like, I don't need to be 26 years old getting elected to Congress. Although, there is an argument to be made that maybe that's sort of what we need more of, is people my age running. But, like, I have experience in campaigning for people, and I have experience talking to you all about issues that I care about, and about human rights, things that I believe in, and ways to make this country better. The only thing I don't have experience in is raising money, or getting people in my district to care for me, because I don't know most of the 700,000 people that live in my House district in my state. And especially if I'm going to run for House, I need to choose carefully what district I want to live in. Do I want to try to run in my own district where it is heavily red and I have a very little chance of winning? Do I want to run elsewhere in my state where I can get a safe blue district, but then I'm competing with establishment Dems and corporate Dems, and that's a tough thing to work around if you don't get a lot of social media attention, which, you know, I can get a good marketing team like Zoran had. Probably. These things also cost money, and it's like, how do I convince people to give me that money and to trust me, right? I think the problem that every aspiring politician has is it's very difficult in a time right now where nobody trusts politicians across the board. Nobody trusts the government across the board. It's difficult for me to say, hey, I believe that we could be living in a better world than we currently do, and I want to fight on behalf of you. And it's tough to convince people, hey, I'm not going to be one of the people that's going to take your money and do everything I can to hold my position in office. I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to fight to lower the cost of living for Americans. I'm going to fight for making sure that we can get universal health care, or at the very least, even if we can't get universal health care, which I believe we can, but would I take foreign aid to run my campaign? Maybe. From Israel, no. Depends. It really depends. I don't want to be seen as someone that can be bought out by donors, because I won't be. Right? It's the same reason. America, in fact, cannot get universal health care. Well, not with that attitude. I mean, no, but seriously, it's this whole argument of like, oh, well, it's never going to happen. Nobody's ever going to vote for it, so why even try? And it's like, no. Do you think Nick Fuentes will run for president? Maybe. I highly doubt Nick Fuentes is going to ever be president. As long as the filibuster exists, Republicans will keep vetoing it. Yep. But I gotta say, okay, to answer a couple questions. If I were in office, would I still play zombies? Yes. Odds are, if I end up getting elected to some government position, I would like to have a way to not only kind of keep in touch with my constituents, which, of course, besides holding town halls and doing the things that politicians do, or like posting on Blue Sky, I guess. I don't have Blue Sky nor Twitter. I guess posting on Instagram or whatever people do to reach their constituents. One thing that I would do is I would keep streaming. I would keep playing zombies. Yeah, I have the BO3 round change music, and you can get it too in my Discord server. Oop. Streaming would be a unique way to do it, I guess. It would be a way to... It maybe wouldn't necessarily interest most of my constituents to watch me stream on Twitch and talk about what is going on in my day-to-day life as a politician. But I do believe that it would be a good way to get out the younger vote, is to, like, get a lot of everyone's favorite streamers involved. You know, in the same way that many of these big streamers and dude bro podcasters campaigned behind Trump, many of them also campaigned behind Mamdani, because a lot of times I think people just care about seeing change. They don't really care if the change is for the better or for the worse. They just want it to change. Would you have a woman as a vice president or someone that is a minority? I wouldn't choose someone based on the idea that they are a woman or a minority, but would I be open and willing to have a woman and or a
No problem
minority
with either of those.
as my vice president? Absolutely. I would want the most qualified person I can get. Doesn't matter who they are.
Whoever is the right person is what the answer is, really.
Exactly.
Whoever the right person is for that job. Best person you think you have the best chance with.
And, you know, and also in a certain sense, I want to pick a vice president that I know I can win with.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think I was going to make that.
Whoever you got the best chance.
You and Jake? I don't know if Jake would want to run with me.
I don't know about that one.
Is there a way to get the BO1 Zombies round font, that 124 in BO3? Not that not a way that I know how to do. Is that probably possible? Yeah, I would assume so. You would have to ask someone who makes aesthetic mods if that's possible. Would I be open to having Edward Richtofen as vice president? Like I said, I do plan to do it. It's not an easy thing, you know. There's a lot of things to weigh. Do I want to run for local office first and then work my way up? There are plenty of people who... Can you get to around 380? I've been to around 380 a few times on different games. Can you give the Astron a big hug?
380. Gonna take a while though. You saw I'm already fucking over 50 hours.
Yeah, I did.
I started like 12 or 13 days ago, I think.
Oh, I would easily be able to out-debate Trump. Mostly because, like, listen, Kamala Harris was easily able to out-debate Trump because Trump just gets up there and lies. He doesn't debate based on facts. Remember, the most recent debate that we saw Trump do, he told everyone that people in Ohio were eating dogs and cats. Which, I don't know about you. Like, did anyone else hear about eating dogs and cats before that? Before he said it in the debate?
Negative.
Nobody heard about that. How would you convince his followers that he lies? That is a difficult thing. Partially because much of this country just follows Trump, the cult of personality, if that makes sense, right? They don't actually know what they're voting for. They don't actually know that his policies are going to have a negative impact. All they know is, grr, I love Trump, Biden's the worst, Sleepy Joe, durr. Like, would that sentence alone alienate me from many of his supporters? Probably, yeah. But, you know, and I think there's also sort of a deep-seated racism. I think that a lot of people who like Trump now like him because he's the one who killed woke. Meaning, like, oh, now we're finally allowed to make fun of minorities. Now we're finally allowed to make fun of gay people and trans people. Now we're finally allowed to say the word retarded. Which, like... My whole problem is, I don't think it's that difficult to just not offend other people, and I also don't think that the government should have any say in, like, what gay people are or aren't allowed to do. Or I also think that the government shouldn't be restricting free speech, regardless of what side it comes from. But at the same time, the government should recognize that social media sites do have the right to ban people for being racist or sexist or whatever, because they are private corporations, they're not the government. Right? The government can't arrest you for... Trump followers say that they will follow him no matter what he does. How do you fix this? And would you give them forgiveness? I think that many of them... I think that many of them want to just follow him blindly no matter what, but I also think that many of them are just being misled. I think that they're looking at the news, which all heavily favors Trump right now. Even the left-leaning news sources, maybe they don't necessarily favor him, but they use, like, very coded and, like, non-confrontational language to talk about the country-ending things that he's doing. And people just want to believe that things are good because they are good in their own bubble. Because they don't have family members that are trans or gay or who rely on the Affordable Care Act for their health care, or who are veterans losing their benefits, or, you know, some people just don't get outside of their bubble enough, and some people just look and say, oh, look at these big cities, they're so expensive, my life in the middle of Idaho is so much better where I live in this small town where there's absolutely nothing to do. Change my view. I think economic issues should take a back seat, and we should focus on fixing the problem of money in politics, as well as increasing administrative quality standards. I think that many of the economic issues that Americans are facing right now will be solved as soon as we get dark money out of politics. As soon as we overturn Citizens United, as soon as we block foreign investors and foreign countries from putting millions of dollars into congressional races and political races, as soon as we stop billionaires from donating hundreds of millions of dollars to lobby for tax breaks, and corporations putting in billions of dollars to lobby for tax breaks and to lobby for more control over the government. As soon as we stop all of that, we're actually going to see a lot of very good progressive change come. We need vermin supreme. Yeah, everything just needs to be overhauled, and it's a difficult thing because, like, even if I were to get elected, I don't guarantee that I'm going to be elected with, like, let's say I run for Senate, which probably going to run for the House, if anything, not the Senate, but we'll see. You know, as much as I fucking hate to admit it, Chuck Schumer's in my state, and he's really unpopular right at this moment, right this second. Do I think Trump will run for a third term? I don't know. Because the real answer is, if he's alive in 2028, do I think Kanye will be a good candidate? No. No. If he's alive in 2028, is he going to try to imply that there shouldn't be an election then in 2028? For whatever reason, like, oh, we need to keep control because we're the ones fixing the country and they're going to steal it. Something along those lines. Yeah, he's probably going to do that. Is he going to run himself? Maybe. Is he going to run for vice president? And which it's interesting because, like, if you look at the clip from like a week or two ago, he was on Air Force One and he was like, yeah, I can't run for president in 4 years, but I can run for vice president. And he, like, smiled and goes, I would love to do that. The fact that we're even having the third term conversation in the first place should worry anyone and everyone. But the vote would not have went through if I were a senator. If I were the Senate minority leader, if I were in Chuck Schumer's position, yeah, the vote would not have gone through. Running for vice president would be a very Putin move. Well, yeah, who do you think he's learning from? It should terrify you. Trump, yeah, so I did see that. Because here's the thing, is Trump is saying, oh, the tariffs are doing so well, we're bringing in all this money, we'll finally be able to pay off the national debt. And he's also saying, hey, we're going to give every American $2,000 to pay for their health care in the form of a $2,000 check. Which is it? Is the tariff money going towards paying off the debt? Or is the tariff money going back to Americans in the form of a $2,000 check? Which is it? And I think the answer is neither. I don't think he's going to send Americans a $2,000 check, and I don't think he's going to... I don't think the tariffs are going to do anything to the national debt at all. How much has he added to it this year again? $2 trillion. Which is... $2 trillion is half of what he added to the national debt in his first term. Being, I believe, $4 trillion total. Or I think it was $4 trillion excluding COVID? I forget. I'm gonna have to double check. I didn't realize that you could hit that. Do you think Trump deep down is a good person? No. I think he's a person that has been handed everything he has wanted in life. I think he is a person who will do anything and everything if it means giving his family more power or wealth or both. Even if it means throwing the entire country down the drain. But, you know. So yeah, I'm considering running for office, is the point. Because, you know, I think everyone in this country wants the people in the country to be well off, right? I think that Republicans and Democrats alike have a shared belief that we want the ideal American dream. The American dream being that everyone that everyone can afford to live, isn't going to die if they get sick, or go into crippling debt if they get sick. I should take John Fetterman's spot. I don't live in Pennsylvania, so I can't. Unfortunately. And the idea that everyone should get a good quality education, everyone should be able to go to college and not go into crippling debt, everyone should be able to find a stable job that is enough to support a family and get a nice little house with a white picket fence and be able to live in a world where your kids can go to college without putting you or your children into crippling debt, and where you can just be happy and not have to worry. And the billionaires don't want that, because if it means making millions of people suffer so that they can have even more money, that's what they want. And as long as dark money is in politics, that's what we're always going to see. Do I like anything about Trump? He's pretty funny sometimes. What do you even get with that much money? Elon Musk has more money than he'll ever be able to realistically spend in his entire life. He has enough money that, like, I'm pretty sure Elon Musk has enough money to by himself end world hunger for a year. And the reason why I say this is because a few years ago, Elon Musk reached out to the UN and said, hey, just a question, how much would it cost if I wanted to, like, end world hunger? And they came back to him and they were like, hey, here's how much it would cost to end world hunger for like a year, and it would be like $100 billion was, I think, the number they came up with, which is less than 20% of his net worth. Yeah, that might be a lot for him, but also he'd be the guy who ended world hunger. Even if it didn't last, he could spend a little bit more money to put in infrastructure in place to guarantee that everyone can have food always on Earth. And he actually saw that proposal and then ghosted the UN and said, I want to keep my money. Which is weird, because I thought that Elon Musk just wanted to be liked by everyone, which is why he does what he does. Is the BO4 client unlimited elixirs and everything unlocked? Yes and yes. The caveat being you can't hibernate your PC. So if you're going to play a long game on the BO4 client, you have to leave your PC on. You just got a OF, and I want to play zombies on the BO1 client. Which one? You just got a OF? Which one do you use, and how? And do you have to buy it on Steam to access it? I use Plutonium to play BO1, and you do not have to buy it on Steam. Although I don't think I can tell you where to get BO1 for free without running into issues, because that is a bannable offense on YouTube, encouraging piracy. So don't Google where on the Pirate Bay or whatever you can find BO1 for free. Do not do that. There are not easy tutorials everywhere all over the internet on how to get BO1 for free. Don't even try. I'm not making it. Bro, don't even recommend Pirate Bay? Yeah, I guess that is true, isn't it? You wouldn't download a car. You know what's funny about that commercial? If I could download a car, I would 100% download a car. If I could download a car off the internet and just have a car for free and not have to pay, I would 100% do that every single time.
Dude, imagine pirating a car. Dude, I pirated this car.
Did I just get 2 drops there? I did. Man.
Kill issue.
Oh. Well, that's funny. Okay.
Warning. Excavator Pi will cause decompression of Tunnel 6.
And that's why I kept my hacker. I got 2 power-ups off of the Gersh. It was a Carpenter and a Nuke. I hacked the Carpenter, and then I waited a second, and I grabbed the Nuke, and then the Nuke ended the round.
Nice.
And then the next round started, and I hear, warning, Excavator Pi, and I'm like, okay, well, good thing I have the hacker. I don't know what I'm doing right now, though, is the problem. I shouldn't have killed that horde. Piracy is so easy these days.
Excavator Pi will cause decompression of tunnel 6.
I will say, in general, like, don't feel bad about pirating something from Activision who's worth, I don't know, a couple $1 billion or something. But also, at the same time, do support all of your indie devs and your small game developers. Like, for a game like Balatro, indie dev, I bought that game twice. I bought it on Steam, and then I bought it again on my phone. I'm happy to support a small developer, because I got more hours on Balatro than I did most other games I've ever bought. And I know that it's going towards someone who deserves it. Which excavator was it? Pi? Pi.
System files accessed. Excavator Pi. Control restored.
Free media, heck yeah.
Guess what?
What?
276.
Huge. 5 more to go.
Round 20 speed run. 53 hours, 58 minutes. Not bad. Right? That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I wonder how my plus 256 looks. I haven't even checked.
I thought it looked good when I last
I
saw
think it
it.
looks pretty good.
But if, like, just
Yeah,
keeping
it's
in mind that,
spot on.
like, definitely once you hit a 3-digit number, or if you hit 2 wide numbers, I guess 20 is as wide as it gets, that you might have
Looks
to
pretty good
adjust
right
it.
now. It's like right next to the edge.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
You're just gonna have to adjust it when you hit a 3-digit number, but that's a while from now. Yeah, it's PES
Yeah,
time now.
80 rounds. 80 rounds is a little bit from now.
Yeah, like I mean, I pirate everything. Mostly. I guess I did pay for Black Ops 6. I paid for Balatro twice. Paid for Black Ops 6. I don't pay for any streaming services. Many of them I just get because my parents have them. And not all of the services have cracked down on password sharing. But also a lot of stuff I just watch online, because streaming services themselves are kind of ridiculous and a scam at this point. Even the Buffalo Bills game I just watch on tvpass.org, which is just free TV. Because my logic is the Buffalo Bills have plenty of millions and millions of dollars to go around. They're not going to lose money by me not watching. And more importantly, the Buffalo Bills have a brand new stadium that costs a little over $3 billion that the state of New York is paying for. So, if anything, my taxes are going towards supporting my favorite team. So, I'll pirate whatever I want. .30? What quarter is it? How far into the game? You can play Boy on a pirated version. Almost fourth, 17 minutes. Jeez. Okay. .3-0 is better than what I watched happen to the Bills yesterday. Still anyone's game. I mean, also, in all fairness, like, Piapi mentioning what you said, I paid for Black Ops 3 and Zombies Chronicles and the Season Pass on my PlayStation. I wasn't going to pay for it a second time when I got it on PC, if that makes sense. So I didn't.
World at War, BO1, BO2, and BO3 on Steam. BO4 I've never paid for before though.
How
and I don't
could
think
you?
I probably ever will. I don't think I ever will. Nice red screen. Fake red screen, right?
Yeah, that was fake. Thanks. By U.S. law, if you were to record the game in person, you own all the rights in that video. So what the NFL is saying is flat out illegal. I don't think the NFL is going after people for posting videos that they take at games. At least not to my knowledge. We have the most talented hospital board in the NFL. It's criminal. BO2 and BO3 are still $60 in Steam.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy them these days.
Hey man, good luck for your run. I'm currently
Dude,
playing
Decal
Ascension.
was playing,
Nice.
Decal was playing Farm on Steam. I was like, bro, I'm like, refund that shit right now. Do not play BO2 on Steam. You're out of your mind. You're literally like, you're someone that would be targeted too.
Tosu, I'm glad that your run is going well. Anyway, BO4 is not bad. It's not bad. People need to give it a chance. And I do think that more people would be willing to give it a chance if it didn't cost $100 to get all of the maps and everything. And that's...
Plus they're on PC.
Yeah, but also that's sort of why, even though I might not like the client right now for my reasons, I do still advocate for things like Project BO4, because if it gets more people to care about BO4, then that's always a good thing.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have played the game without it, so...
I still have a personal gripe with them. I'm not going to endorse them.
Can't.
But like, genuinely, if people say, I've never tried BO4, I have PC, and I want to, like, give it a chance, I'm going to be like, okay, download Project BO4, because it's free. Even if I'm not
DLC,
recommending it
DLC too.
for, like, getting high rounds.
It'll unlock the DLC for you as well.
Yep. Hey man,
If
any
you
advice
just
on
have the game.
canceling the ceiling spawn on a moon? Not sure if your FOV is giving you the wrong lineup or not for BO3. I'll tell you the truth, like, and you can see the last couple times I played BO3 Moon, other than my most recent game, I got it really quickly. Sometimes it just takes a while. Sometimes it just doesn't cooperate. If you want to try to line up the FOV to make it work, I play on 100 FOV, if that helps you with, like... I'm not going to be able to get to that insta-kill. If that helps you with trying to line it up better. And that just shut off. That's great.
The pad you're about to go.
I might have gotten that nuke.
You like me going to town with an insta-kill right now, dude?
Yeah.
Temporal Insta.
Temporal Insta is huge.
With the fucking best insta weapon in the game.
You've got to be kidding me. Can you get hacked on BO1 Steam on Zombie Solo? Technically, if you're playing solo, you're not.
If
You're
you're
not connected
online,
to any
like,
servers, I guess. Not
it can be
necessarily.
crashed.
If you want to be safe, always err on the side of just don't play on Steam.
Just play in Plutonium, or you can play offline, but most
You're not
maps
on-
you want to have
Oh,
music,
yeah.
So
Yeah, I've done it on
you can-
console.
there is a DVAR.
Oh, nice grenade fail. Time to go gambling. Hey, JP boss. There's the drop. Whatever. I heard the drop spawn when I was in the bottom of the labs, and I was like, I'm not going back for that.
System files accessed.
Yeah, any COD on PC is not safe if you're not on a client. It's not guaranteed safe, I should say. Puffing smoke emojis. How many trades have I needed to do this run? I believe this is my 3rd trade. Which, all things considered, is really good.
Pretty solid, yeah.
Only my 3rd trade on 125 is like... It's quite good. And it... I hate... First,
What's an ad?
Yeah, first of all, get an ad blocker. Get a good one. No, but... ICE is a modern day Gestapo, and I don't hear any argument otherwise. Think that they're pieces of shit, and I don't think that every Republican deserves to be punished for this. I really don't. I think that you name the stream healthcare, and now all the ads are from Medicare Part B. Well, obviously not all the ads.
Ooh, guess what just happened?
What?
You don't have my stream up, do you?
No. Well, I do, but not in
yeah.
front of me.
Oh, my Stone Cold ring appeared
Oh, nice.
right after I ran and grabbed a carpenter.
What are you doing here? Why is it that I damage the whole horde and then I just get like one zombie? Did a zombie really just 30-second despawn in the however long it was between? Oh, okay. Well, all right. I guess you just got here. You were out literally all day. I also just got here, I guess 2 hours ago now. I guess while I'm
So
waiting
long
for the
since
zombies
I've
to show
actually
up,
ring.
while I'm waiting for the zombies to show up, I probably should just be hitting for Gershes. Although, I basically see them. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Whatever. All right, let's try my new meta idea. Throw the QEDs at Flopper.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Good news is it did kill the Horde. Bad news is I didn't get a drop. That's a nuke. Can I make that? Nope. Ah, so close. What mic do I use for streaming? I use a AT2020 USB. If you look that up, AT2020 USB, you'll find what I use. And I don't know if I have any specific recommendations. A lot of time it's whatever fits your budget. Okay, well I got a second QED explosion. I'm realizing I could hit for Gersh's here even. While I'm waiting for the Horde to be gathered. That's not QED, or that's not Gersh's. Actually, what is that? That is an... that's an HK21. Is what that is.
Unfortunately, I have to leave my ring.
That is unfortunate.
Pretty soon.
Those aren't hackable. Otherwise, I would have just hacked that one. Well, that helps. What the fuck was that? You guys saw that, right? Can somebody clip that? What was that zombie doing? It's not hackable because weapon power-ups are coded to not be hackable.
Please activate PES. Critical PES active.
Is it just me, or is Nikolai larger than usual? That's BO7 Nikolai right there. I forgot he was on screen, I'm not gonna lie. Where's your mini-map?
Will I get a max ammo?
How did you not die from that fall? What fall?
I did get a max.
Do you typically prefer having the zombie voices off? I actually prefer having everything on. I like the zombie voice volume and I like hearing the characters talk. Except the reason I'm keeping everything off for this game is because it makes it easier for me to hear Gersh's dropping, or sorry, power-ups dropping from the Gershes. And so hopefully that'll prevent me from missing any drops. From the labs to the teleporter, you were basically sky high? Yes, but I was outdoors in low gravity. So there's no fall damage. Nikolai, but socialist and drugs instead of vodka. You didn't know that was on Moon? You didn't know that low gravity was on Moon? No, I'm kidding. This room's also low gravity. Bouncy, bouncy. No fall damage in this room. Which is interesting because, like, if you're in a low gravity environment, you cannot activate the PhD flopper explosion.
Yeah, dolphin diving, you won't even take damage.
Still haven't seen the movie night pick. Don't Let Me Forget Before Friday. Okay. It was a very good movie. I won't say anything. Because I want you to watch it first, and then you and I can have a much more nuanced conversation about the movie.
All that matters is that I didn't dying rush.
Are you gonna see it in VistaVision? Although I'm realizing it isn't our first movie night pick to be in VistaVision. I'm pretty sure White Christmas was in VistaVision, because that was actually one of the earliest movies that we watched that was originally in color. It's our third VistaVision. Which one was our second? Was it? It wasn't The Brutalist, was it? Or was the Brutalist? No, Brutalist was... What am I thinking of? What round am I going to? This game, I'm going as far as I can go until I die. This stream, probably a little over an hour more. I think at least around 1:30 by the end of the night. You have the sudden urge to play Die Rise tomorrow to try to get to round 100? I would love to play Die Rise after this game. Jeez, why did that happen? Getting weird anti-gravity bounces right now. Moon and Die Rise are your go-to maps whenever you hop on BO1 and BO2. That's extremely valid. You forgot about White Christmas? What are the first...
Karma on BO2.
3?
New Zombies map.
Or rather, what are the other 2 that I'm not remembering?
What do you think about the New Zombies map, Karma?
Karma on BO2?
Yeah, on BO2.
I haven't seen it. I'm seeing a bunch of people playing the main menu, which is really funny considering that everyone's been giving the map creator credit. Maybe I should play that. It's good content. I'm like very consistently getting the explosion, just not getting drops. I'm also realizing if this QED teleports me, that would kind of suck. I just got the explosion again. No drops.
Goated explosions, L, RNG.
Although I think this is probably the best place to throw the QED, if I had to guess, because it does allow you to keep hitting the box while you're like between throws, at least a little bit, and hopefully I can get a 5th perk eventually.
Yeah, by like 190 you might have a 5th perk.
What did I say would be a problem if I ended up getting it? Which effect?
The one where it takes you somewhere that you're not.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully that box hit wasn't Gersh's. Okay. That's fine. Four-hour stream?
Holy shit! You're like, oh, I don't know if I should go out there or not, and then you did, and it was not a good idea.
Labs is like the least bad spot. Where I got teleported, honestly, wasn't that bad.
That was pretty good, yeah.
I think I handled it very well, other than I was like, you know what, there's a gap, I can probably make it inside, and then I walked inside, I was like, there's zero fucking gap. But, oh well. I got 2 astronaut explosions and no drops, so my luck was just going to be bad no matter what. Ah, shoot. If you had Tunnel 11 excavator down, would it be possible for you to get trapped inside the stamina up broom? Yes, it is. I can. It
happened to you before.
It did happen to me in my last game. I threw a Gersh, jumped into it, and was in the stamina up room. Can the QED spawn you in the excavator? I think technically.
I've seen Zombie Dog died to Gersh teleports doing that on BO3, so.
Yeah. Pad didn't turn on in time. That's unfortunate.
To Punch too.
Thoughts on IW zombies? Honest truth is I haven't given it a fair chance. I've heard from a lot of people that it's underrated, and I'm inclined to believe them. I've only played Spaceland like 3 times, and I've not played any of the other apps. Shaolin looks kind of meh to me.
Video?
I don't know. Although I actually think I do know what the next wonderful video is going to be. Of course this pad is off again.
Adapted.
Dude, this pad is off, and I just got drops on the pads right next to Flopper twice. And there's an insta-kill right there. Yep. All right, there goes there goes that chance. Finally, the pad turns on. There's a nuke. Sent the wrong direction. Went away. I will get around to giving it a fair chance eventually. But... I'm also not seeming to get my Gershes back. This is the worst part of the game. But it's also the part that I like a lot, because it's like, I feel like the game would be very repetitive if ammo was just buyable out of a crate. This at least sort of makes it interesting. Do I like Shang BO1? I do like Shang BO1. I like it a lot more than the BO3 version. PB on it? I don't know. I've never been to round 100. Mostly because I haven't given it a lot of gameplay time.
I have around 100 on Shang.
Semi-middle? Oh, I got here a little too early. Ah, I tried to time it. I'm not gonna get that.
Just a little early.
Just, okay, well, there we go. Just a tiny bit early. No shot. Another drop spawned in the ground, and it wasn't even near the Gersh.
Oh, I see it.
I tried to hack it, but I didn't know where it was, and then I grabbed it.
You probably weren't even going to be able to hack it.
I assume I wasn't. That was, like, I think under my feet.
At least it's an
That
insta-kill,
happens,
so you
like...
can hoard them up and try to get a drop with, like, a grenade.
No, that was a double points.
I glanced at it and I thought it was an insta-kill.
That's really unfortunate. If I end up having to trade again because of that, I'm going to be very upset. Healthcare, just drink a bottle of jug. Yeah, exactly.
I just hit 277.
4 more rounds to go. We're going to be there in no time.
It's almost 11 o'clock, dude. Is this a VC or YouTube video? Are you a YouTube video?
Maybe. Okay. Saved.
Are you a walking YouTube video? walking, talking YouTube video.
I've been on this round for
Should I pop the
34 minutes.
temporal? Should I
This-
pop this temporal before I get drops?
Is this round, or is half the horde not here?
I don't have any ammo.
It's round.
It's useless.
Just starting the round. Fuck it. Might as well. Just starting the round in here because...
You finished the round? What the fuck?
Yeah, I was hoarding up... I just got my last drop. I was hoarding up the zombies, and I was like, this isn't 23.
Oh, fucking hell. It's double points? Okay. I wasn't supposed to use that. I got a max ammo.
You know how you get powers from perks just by sipping it? What would drinking the entire bottle be like with PhD?
Well,
Is it
okay.
is it canon that you're like only sipping it and you're not drinking the whole thing?
That's crazy. Dude, my shield was about to break while I was holding it, and I popped my specialist, and as soon as I popped my specialist, the shield broke, and it just put my specialist away.
Oh, that's good.
That's great, isn't it? While I have the equipment tribute on. Luckily, I did get a max ammo from that, so... What's up, Zella? I wonder if I can get this to epic and then...
I think it'd be like you're sipping on it while killing zombies, but you do throw the bottle away immediately. But I feel like you're not just taking one... I guess the animation is you are taking one sip, but you're drinking enough to, like, burp. You know what I mean? Like, do we trust that the animation is what's happening, or do we think they're finishing the drink? I don't think they specify what's, like, canonically happening, if that makes sense.
My ring showed up. What's the round goal overall? 400 plus. Because technically the world record is kind of 400, but...
Not with that
the
attitude.
gameplay's gone now, so... Not
Now
anymore.
you're getting it. How long am I streaming for? Either one more hour or until I get bored. Which, frankly, whichever's later. Like, I might stream late. I had a really weird day. I wanted to stream earlier. I woke up at 9 o'clock. I was in the middle of speedrun. Are we still on first down or did I die? I only have the one down on round 103. I didn't die earlier this stream. No, what I woke up at like 9 o'clock. For whatever reason, I was gonna stream when I woke up. But for whatever reason, I was just sitting and I was like, I feel foggy, I feel tired. And I just kind of like sat on the couch for 2 hours, had no motivation to even like make myself breakfast. And then I finally ate breakfast. I went back to my room and I was like, I'm still feeling tired. Let me just lie down. And I fell back asleep for over 2 hours. And then when I woke up, it was time for me to go to work. Hey, Crid, how's it going? And so I was like, man, I'll just stream after work. And now I'm feeling fine. Is everything good? Everything's fine. I mean, listen, I don't know if this happens to any of you, but I feel like every time I have a period where like I'm just kind of extra tired, it usually means I'm going to be sick like a few days or a week later. And I'm worried that in a few days I'm not going to be feeling good. But the nice thing is I'm off tomorrow, I'm off Wednesday, I'm working Thursday. And then I'm working Saturday. But like, I do kind of have a few days to chill. I'm going to catch up on, I'm going to finish the Doris script tomorrow, which I've been procrastinating. I'm going to try to work on the script for the Blaze Phase video, maybe. And then I should have another video out, probably, I assume this week, that Wonderful and I worked on together. Which is, if any of you guys were there when we played that really jank custom map, Wizard did an amazing job turning that into a, like a stream highlight / funny custom map video. So that will be my next upload. I don't know exactly what day because he's finishing the final touches, and then once he has that ready, I'll upload it, and that'll also be Wonderful's next video because we're going to be testing out the collaboration feature which now exists on YouTube where like I can upload a video to both of our channels and it will say like Mr. JZM and Wonderful, and it will notify all of our collective subscribers, which is good for channel growth, and it's also good for like makes collaborations easier.
Yeah.
That time I stopped the drop successfully. If I went and asked the soda man to make you a perk bottle, which would I drink? Probably not Quick Revive. Apparently Quick Revive has cat piss in it. I feel like Juggernog is probably the tastiest.
Stamina up. The green stamina up.
Until someone's account gets hacked and it triggers a nuke on both channels? I don't know if that's... Well, because...
I'm gonna go for the Call of the Dead 2P world record.
Jake, so many people keep asking that we're gonna have to actually, like, plan it out.
Eventually. I'm in a 54-hour game. You're fucking, what, 14 hours into your game?
Yeah. I mean, I am... It's not on your PC, and I'm presuming that I would be able to close my game. So, you know... I would be down to do, like, a practice stream of the new strat, maybe this week or this weekend. It's up to you. Again with the flopping doctor. I can't do the accent or the voice.
Yeah, we definitely will try it eventually. We have a lot of time put into Call of the Dead. We have played the shit out of that map.
Yeah. Did I play Geometry Dash before? I have played it before a long time ago. I think I've only beaten like the first 2 levels. Alright, thanks for stopping in, Coleman.
Nice, just what I needed. A temporal carpenter.
I drink stamina for the health benefits.
I'm tired.
You getting off?
No.
One of
Just
the
answering question.
One of these days, maybe I'll end up doing a faded stream, but I think that might be a 420 special, and that might be a I'm gonna stream it on Twitch. I think my YouTube I'm gonna keep relatively PC-ish, like slash family-friendly-ish, considering that I'm playing an 18+ game in the first place. And then my Twitch will be like, okay, here's where all the crazy shit happens. Reach for vodka tonight.
The 7 people that are gonna check out your Twitch.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it'll be more if I, like, tell my Discord server, hey, I'm streaming on Twitch. But
yeah,
I haven't streamed on Twitch in, I don't even remember, like, over a year.
I've been streamed on Twitch since 8 seconds ago.
How crazy are we talking about? I don't know. My brother and my friend Derek want me to help them with starting a gambling channel for all 3 of us. Which, in some ways, would be really funny, but in some ways I'm sort of grappling with, like, listen, I'm fine with being addicted to gambling myself, but I'm not comfortable with the idea of potentially taking a sponsorship from a casino and, like, being any semblance of a reason for why kids are getting addicted to gambling. So I don't know. Is it just you, or like watching a Black Ops Zombies gameplay on YouTube is like therapy? This is like therapy for me. I get to just relax, talk about whatever, hang out with you guys. And like in general, I find playing the game to be relaxing.
I'm sitting here just watching them die to Pegasus is very relaxing.
MJZM, MRJZM. Less than 50% probability on a gamble over time will result in loss. Well, yeah, that's the thing you need to accept when you go into gambling, is that you might win in the short term, you will lose in the long term, unless you know what you're doing. And when I say unless you know what you're doing, I don't mean like, oh, I know what slots are good. No, you don't. You're making it up. There's only a single way to beat the casino, and that is to count cards. It's the only way. Love it. Love using 0 Gershes to get my drop.
0 Gershes?
Yeah. the pad right above me spawned a nuke, and I was like, I'm just gonna go for it and pray that I just don't get all my drops right now. And it worked. JP after stream, I promise.
Can we not block me? Looks so easy. It is easy. Black Ops 4 is super easy. Trust.
Best strat is poker or craps. Well, here's the thing. Craps, the house edge is always going to get you no matter what. There's no bet on craps. Like, there's a good house edge. It's very low. But there's no bet on craps that beats the house other than the odds bet, which is a 0% house edge, meaning it's effectively a coin flip. It's a 50-50 whether or not you win or lose money on the odds bet. But also the caveat is, in order to make an odds bet, you have to have a pass line bet first, and the pass line does have a house edge. Or a don't pass bet, I should say. Either or. So you're always going to get hit slightly. The only 2 games in the casino where you can tip the edge in your favor is blackjack, if you count cards, and you do it effectively, and, of course, poker. The consideration with poker is the way that you beat the casino is you don't beat the casino, you beat all the other players. And unless you know what you're doing, if you go into a casino not knowing how to play poker or not knowing how to play poker well, you're going to lose all your money. You're going to get eaten up by the people in the poker room. But also the other thing to consider about poker is that you're going to lose money over time if you just play in a casino poker room. Because you have to, for every hand that you play, you're giving a rake to the casino. They take a small portion of each pot. Obviously, it sort of depends on the casino, how that actually works, but, like, you're just going to lose money to the casino just for them hosting the game. Roulette is fun. Ooh. But no, it doesn't have the best house edge. Blackjack, playing basic strategy, actually is the best house edge in the casino besides the odds bet. At this point, you're going to learn how to count cards and do it as a full-time job. You have to put in a lot of time to be good enough at counting cards to be able to do it as a job, but you can definitely do it. That was a good round. Have I ever read/watched Kaiji? No, I have not. I have watched Kakegurui, which is a show about gambling, an anime about gambling. And that one I really enjoyed. Isn't the risk that you get banned from the casino with counting cards? I guess that's always a risk. You're not likely to get banned if you play conservatively. But the thing to keep in mind about counting cards is if you count cards, you are giving yourself a mathematical edge, meaning you are going to win 53% of the time. Which 53% is better than every other game in the casino. 53% is like the best you'll do. On average, it's like 51 or 52%, let's say. Right? That's good in the sense that if you play infinitely and you count cards, you will make money over time. But the thing about only having like a 51, 52, 53% edge is it's effectively a coin flip where you win slightly more often, right? If I flip a coin, heads I win, tails I lose, and I get 53 heads and 47 tails, if I only flip the coin once, or if I only flip the coin a few times, it could go either way. It is entirely possible, and likely even, that even while the count is good, you still lose. And also entirely possible that even while the count is bad, you still win. But the idea behind counting cards is that you don't look for short-term games. You play strictly by the book. You play strictly by your betting spread, no matter what. And even if you lose in the short term, over time you will win, is the idea. I believe I'm going to the casino next week. With my grandma. I think that's the plan. Leave next Tuesday, come back Thursday. So I'm hoping to make a bunch of money. Does my grandma count cards too? No. My grandma plays almost exclusively slots. And she loses a majority of the time that she goes to the casino, but she loves going to the casino. My grandma will look for any excuse to go on vacation to Atlantic City or... You know, and sort of much to her detriment, I usually cave in. I usually be like, oh, you want to go to Atlantic City? Or, all right, I'll go. But I go that with the understanding that I'm going to win, and as a family, we're going to break even. And sometimes I don't win, and then we really lose.
Yeah, you're not always going to win, but you're swaying the odds.
The last time I went to the casino in October, I had a big swing. I was up 1,000 at the end of the first night, and then I lost it all back, went into, like, dipped into being negative, but then I was sitting there going, no, the count is good. I need to keep betting. I don't care if I'm losing every hand. The count is good. And I kept betting, and I got to a point where I was playing 2 hands of $250 each, and I had a giant hand where I like split and doubled, and I ended up leaving the trip with a little over 1,000 profit.
Yeah.
And that was in October. But I remember it was a fucking roller coaster, because I was like, I was losing so much while the cards were good, while the count was good. And I was like, holy shit, I hate knowing that the odds are in my favor and still losing. The emotional roller coaster, that's what makes it fun, though. My brother was like, oh, it's so boring to count cards, because, like, you're so focused on the cards, you're not, like, you're not having fun, you're not paying attention to what you're winning or whatever. And I'm like, no, that's what makes it fun for me. Is that like
not the fact that you're trying to not lose money, trying to actually make money.
What makes it fun for me is that I know that more often than not I'm making money, and also I know that there's still those big swings that like I'll be playing minimum bets until eventually I hit some point where the count is really good and I go, oh shit, time to raise the bet, and then the stakes get really, really fun. How long are my sessions? It usually depends. Like, usually I'll just kind of play until either I get tired or until I'm up a certain amount of money, which I decide depending on whatever I sat down with. Or, like, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to play until my next meal, and then... Thanks for the Nikolai reaction pic. You're welcome. Yeah, this is, If I move this and then hit Control Z, is it gonna fix its position? Because I want to fuck with it. I want to go, woo! And then... Oh, yeah, it does work. There's Nikolai.
Oh my god.
I'm realizing I have a 7-digit number of points, and Nikolai is clipping into the last digit. Let's move him slightly over. Yeah, that works. I still have to consider whether or not I'm going to switch from Mule Kick later, because Hermetrics was testing it, and it turns out I shouldn't be using Mule Kick to hold on to an M16. I should be using Mule Kick to hold on to an HK-21. Because the amount of time you save by using an HK, and then, like, using 2 of those per round, because you can get another max ammo, at least... would save me a ton of time, saves me a ton of running for ammo. Is there a point cap on BO1? I believe the point cap is 2 to the 31st minus 1, so like 2,147,000,000, etc. Meaning you're never gonna hit it humanly. I need to have 2,000 times more points than I currently have. So, not gonna happen. Who do I think has the most messages in the server? In my server? I don't know. You're probably up there. I bet I could find out.
You love Viper and Dragon fails.
I love Viper and Dragon fails.
And they just don't go attracted to it.
Yup. That's the best.
It's actually pretty rare. It's not happening to me often, but it just happened right there.
Hey Milk, how's it going?
Milk.
Jace be talking about Modern Warfare Zombies a lot? Yeah, Jace does talk a lot.
I just hit 55 hours.
I'm probably not in the top 10 most active people on that server. A lot of times I just like to read. And also, like, it's interesting because I don't really keep notifications on for any Discord servers that I'm in other than my own. And so, like, I'll wake up in the morning and just see hundreds of messages in general and in zombies questions and in another... And I'm like, okay, I'm either going to catch up on all this and maybe respond, or I'm not going to catch up. But I think that's sort of a good problem to have when people are active, you know? I do want it to be an active community because I want it not just to be about me or my videos, but Like, we are all people that enjoy going for high rounds, you know? And we all come from varying skill levels, but... Yeah, all my other servers that I'm in, I reduce it to, like, only pings or nothing. My own server is the only one that I keep every notification on for.
Only pings?
Only
Are you
pings?
subscribed to only pings?
Because I think we have a lot of interesting discussions in there. Especially considering that, like, the ZWR server apparently is kind of dead right now, according to the multiple separate people that came into my stream today and said, hey, is the ZWR server dead? Which, I don't know if I'm just missing context or... Oh.
So, I just clicked on Dante's stream again, and within like 2 minutes he ended the stream.
Ah.
Because he went down on round 64. Or 65.
Wasn't he going for flawless?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get there in 7 seconds. Oh! I did get that, though. Alright, let's see if I can kill this horde with a grenade.
Oh, god damn it, dude.
Well, that's not the result I
The least
wanted.
satisfying thing of all time just happened.
What?
My Viper and Dragon, I sent it out. It didn't kill one zombie, and I shot Karen at the wall to kill that one zombie.
That's not good. That's not good. I used all my drops for the round.
Oh shit, you gotta go teleport?
I probably have to teleport. I probably have to teleport now. Isn't that is that the smartest thing? Or do I just wait and see if I need a drop?
You think you're really gonna need it?
I'm not entirely sure. My last round was 17 minutes. So I might actually. Politics channel's pretty tame. Part of that's because I think that a lot of people in the server generally have politics that agree with mine. Probably not 100%, but I think certainly not 100%, but like, you know. Eagles beat Green Bay 10-7. I'm not surprised the Eagles won. I'm surprised at how close it was. Do I teleport or do I not teleport? Do I make it through the round without another drop? Let's risk it. I think I make it. Just wait to see if I need it first. Yeah. You don't think I'm going to make it? We'll see. You might be right. I don't know how well I calculated it. Like I said, my only basis is the fact that the last round was 17 minutes. So, If this round is a similar amount of time, then I will make it, but maybe. Probably gonna go through all my wave gun ammo and then maybe make it. How we need to invest in making IRL gobblegums. I should be able to chew a gumball and be able to freeze time for 20 seconds. Thought I reloaded. What would round robin do IRL? Just pop it on January 1st and skip to 2027? Just kill all existing humans and replace them with their future children. Like, just skip a generation.
Dude, I cryo freeze on my SWAT. It's huge.
Your cat enjoyed the Fantastic Four movie? I'm happy for your cat. My dog fell asleep in my bed last night watching Balatro with me. That's my, like, go-to. Every time I have trouble falling asleep, I just throw on Balatro and my body goes, it's time to sleep now. You're watching Balatro. That means it's bedtime. All right, we're at 17 minutes. Let's see if I make it. I'm probably cutting it really close. I forget how much ammo I had at the beginning of the round. That's kind of the determining thing of whether or not I'll make it. Is, did I kill enough hordes earlier that I don't need the third drop? But golly, this is getting a little close. Oh! Never mind, I made it. You used to fall asleep to people playing through SCP-087B. I mean, I know generally what SCP is. I don't know what that game is. I'm sort of at a point, it's weird, I can't fall asleep, like, watching TV. I can't fall asleep with, like, the TV on, but I can fall asleep watching something on a small device, like my phone or laptop. I can fall asleep to silence if I'm, like, if I had a busy day and I'm tired. But, like, tonight is not one of those... Today was not one of those days where I did that much that I'm gonna be exhausted and like, oh, I need to go to bed. It's the scariest game of all time. How long does it take for a 2-player round 100 on average? Depends on the map you're playing. Depends heavily on the map you're playing, frankly. Depends on the game as well. Yeah, like Tagged or Toten, a 2-player round 100 could take you under 3 hours. Moon, probably, I don't know. Depends on trade luck, depends on a lot of things. Markiplier playing Supermarket Simulator. Okay. What about Call the Dead? Depends heavily on your trade luck and also what strategy you're running. But I'd say average... What would you say 100 time is on average for Call the Dead, Jake? Like...
Be something around 30, 25 to 30.
No, I would say... I would say less if you don't
like,
if you don't count like sleepers.
Could be 20. Yeah, it could be 20. Depends if you're like playing on plutonium and actually leaving or not too.
Well, that's helpful. That's less helpful. But also that's kind of nice. BO1 Moon, for example, round 100 is 16 minutes. 1 to 100 is 10 hours. That was... I didn't know what your 100 time was, and I was going to guess like 8 or 9 hours. 10 hours is... Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Doing the strat in the lighthouse, I would say like 14 or 15 hours of like playing time, give or take. But it could be a lot longer. Can't sleep in darkness. I can only sleep in darkness. I struggle to sleep if there are any lights on.
Yeah, I don't know how you could sleep in anything but darkness.
Sub 10 is possible, but you need 0 trades and extremely good 70 time. That makes sense. No, Jake, I'm assuming you're not watching my stream right now. What you just missed is I threw all 3 Gershes and didn't get a drop. And I was like, that's not good. And as soon as my 3rd Gersh was done, the pad above me spawned a nuke. So I just grabbed it, and the zombies in the dome dropped 2 max ammos. 2 natural max ammos.
Oh, nice.
Which, the only bad thing would be if I accidentally get 2 power-ups the next time I throw Gershes, I'm in a bad spot because I won't make it through the round. But as long as I don't let that happen, I should be fine. Dome drops, stay winning. Where did you come from? Hey, Bovine Lotus. How's it going? Welcome. Thanks for stopping in, Patrick. Dome drops, more like dumb drops. Do I watch King of the Hill? King of the Hill is not a show that I, like, watched all the way through, but it is a show that, like, I've seen a bunch of episodes of when it would just be, like, on, and I wake up in the middle of the night and it's just on Adult Swim or whatever. So, like, I've seen a lot of King of the Hill, but, like, not in order, and I don't know all the major plot points, and I haven't seen the latest season, the one that just came out. I do want to catch up on it, though. Because I like Mike Judge. Get my hacker? I can't. Small problem with that. Hank Hill destroys Andrew Tate, goes hard. Was that a real episode?
It was like AI.
Or was that like... Do you know if there's a way to reset your daily challenge in BO3 Zombies? I think you just have to wait till the next day, unfortunately. I believe the Liquid Divinium challenges are every Wednesday and every Saturday, if that helps. I'm sure that's why you're asking. I also need to do that video. I need to make my own tutorial on how the Liquid Divinium works, or the Liquid Divinium glitch works on BO3 console. Because I've referenced, like, I've told people, like, hey, look it up, because you could do it pretty easily. But I bet if I made a tutorial, I could be like, listen, guys, stop getting mad at me for saying that Perkaholic is bad when I have unlimited gums, because everyone can have unlimited gums. Doesn't matter what console you're on. Mulder and Silly kissed in X-Files? I've never seen X-Files. I don't know who that is.
That was a goated spear toss.
Yeah, the Spanish strat is what it's called. And the reason it was called that is because there was a Japanese player discovered the first part of how the glitch works, and then a Brazilian player discovered some other way to make it easier, and then a Spanish player discovered, like, the final way to make the loop happen so that you can get, like, hundreds of Divinium at a time, or, like, hundreds of Divinium every minute, as opposed to tens every minute. And so it was named the Spanish strat. And the reason why I know that is because they didn't want Treyarch to even have a chance of patching it, so they kept the glitch very underground successfully for a really, really, really long time.
This audio is so fucking annoying.
And for a while, the only way that people knew about the glitch was this Discord server, Spanish Strat Unlimited Liquid Diviniums, and it explains how to do it. Spanish Strat now available. And I was one of the few people of, I guess, like 130 of us that managed to get into this server, and we were the only people that knew how it worked. And then the glitchers got their hands on it. This hasn't been active in quite Quite a while. Quite a while. The fourth message is 2020. Oh, it's real. Toxic masculinity guy isn't named Andrew Tate, but the official King of the Hill YouTube channel called him Andrew Tate. That's funny. Yeah, PC makes it easier. Of course, you could just use a patch. Love custom maps on BO3. I have to try out more custom maps. Is probably maybe a New Year's resolution of mine to do more custom maps. But that'll happen when the new year happens. Is it just Wednesday and Sunday for the liquid challenges? Yes. Just Wednesday and Sunday. Technically, like, if it's a Thursday and you still have your challenge from Wednesday and you don't re-roll it, then, like, it can be any day. But fresh Liquid Divinium challenges will only show up on Wednesday and Sunday. Or Saturday, excuse me. Did I say Sunday? Wednesday and Saturday is what I meant to say. Saturday, final answer. Okay. I like how King of the Hill isn't just a right-wing propaganda show. Neither is American Dad. American Dad was written to make fun of conservatives and, like, right-wingers. But goat it with the sauce. Don't spawn shoe drops. Perfect.
Dude, cryo freeze is actually clutch. It lets me kill the fucking skeletons way easier.
Dome drops stay winning. Dome drops are amazing. How did you get in here? Why are you here? Did I just have a bunch spawn outside? I did, didn't I? Huh. I don't know how that happened. Do you know if you can assign gums to multiple slots? What do you mean?
Mods, yeah. Oh, well, there goes my cryo freeze, and now I have brain rot.
I destroyed Decal's record? Yeah. The difference between he and I is that I actually enjoy this map and he doesn't. He had no desire to continue past round 100. I want to go as high as I can. I put a drop in the dome.
You haven't
put a drop in the...
You haven't been playing BO1 for a month. You've been playing BO1 for a little longer than that.
Yeah. I put a drop in the dome. We got nukes, instas, nukes, carps, double points, max ammo, insta kill. Oh, this brother lit. JC Max is actually good at the game. Decal does have skill in zombies. It's just that he needs to learn more about Black Ops 1. But also, like, how long has he been playing Black Ops 1 and he already got to 100 on multiple maps? You gotta give him a lot of credit for the dedication and for seeing it through and not quitting. If I don't like something as much as he didn't like Moon, I would have just not done it. Yeah, he has a lot more endurance than I do. I barely have the endurance to sit through like a 935 on Cold War, let alone even tempting 999 on BO6. Forget about it. Somebody did the whole Moon Easter egg for you? That's funny. .999 don't take skill, but it does take endurance. It takes a lot of endurance. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to discredit 999 because it's easy. It is easy, but it's also, like, a time commitment. And Decal just, like, goes for it in under a week. It's easy when you do YouTube full-time, though. I don't do YouTube full-time. I'm not making enough currently to do it full-time. Is Decal doing it full-time? Because he only has 4,000 more subscribers than I do. At the moment, I believe.
He's pulling like 100+ viewers on every stream.
That is also true. I guess he's just got more donos and channel memberships than I do. I also, like, am not super big on... I don't need you guys to send me money. Mostly because I already work, and, like, I'd rather you all just enjoy the content. Yeah, I know Decal. Decal's cool. Decal watched my guide when he was going for his Moon Round 100 and then didn't listen to anything in the guide.
And then didn't follow it.
What's my opinion on MZC? I've only seen, like, some of his YouTube shorts. I haven't really seen most of his actual content, so I don't really have much of an opinion.
Well, that reminds me. Dude, MC Zombie Slayer was not happy about my opinions that BO4 high rounds are better than BO3.
Really?
Yeah.
When you say not happy, like...
I was saying that, like, BO3, most of BO3 strats are, like, just as campy as BO4. And then he said that if Shadows is effectively camping, then 9 is camping. I'm like, 9 is nothing like Shadows, what the fuck?
Shatter their will!
S-Boss, thanks for the sub.
You're running around half the map. You're fucking training up full hordes like crazy.
I think it's genuinely because most people who play the game believe that whatever strategy you do from 1 to 100 is the strategy you will do for the whole game. And on basically every map, you just camp with the Hylian Salvo for 100 rounds. And they don't even consider that, like, Hylian Salvo actually has limited ammo and there's no ammo crates. MC Zombie Slayer is better than MZC. Yeah. Is MZC like a high rounder or just a
Kind
player?
of. Not really though. It's more of an Easter egg and like general like kind of covers the game.
Well, yeah, well on Die Rise you can just camp with the Slickifire the entire game because you just unpatch the Slickifire and then you're good. That's how that works.
That's how my last game ended. I
You
got
just
stuck
unpatch it
into
and
the
it does
pond,
unlimited ammo. Or
into the
unlimited
spawn
damage.
trap. While I was in a call with IMZ too. The big return of IMZ is coming soon. It's gonna be insane.
I was looking at chat and I was just missing my zap gun shots because I was aiming at the wrong spot. Yeah, on Doriz, you just camp to the catwalk. You got skill but no time. If you want to get to high rounds but you don't have time, do what I did for many of my records and just fucking pause and take forever to get to high rounds. There's no punishment for taking as long as you want. Shadows would be amazing on BO4. There's a part of me that would go like Shadows would probably be way too easy, but there's another part of me that goes, I'm thinking about it. The Apothecant Servant would be really good on BO4.
Be
But
insane.
it would be insane. But also, if Deadwire, or not necessarily
shit.
Deadwire, if like Blast Furnace and Thunderwall doesn't work, I guess you have the Helion Salvo as your other strategy, but what do you do when you have no Helion Salvo ammo and no Apothecant Servant?
Wraith fires.
Wraithfires. That's kind of crazy. I think the short answer
Chain trap?
is
Maybe
would
there'd be
the
a
chain
strat
trap
with the
kill
chain
is the
trap.
question.
Is it, well, if the health cap is round 35, isn't that like about around when it stops killing?
Yeah, I think it stops killing on 40, so it
Plus,
probably
it
would kill.
It would probably work a little differently on BO4 anyway, but I imagine it would work, yeah. There's a freaking Giganese right here.
Do I think Blood of the Dead would be good on BO3? Probably yes. I don't think you would need to change anything for it to be good on BO3, but I also think it's good on BO4 too.
I like Blood of the Dead.
I like Blood of the Dead a lot. Because what I was going to say, the short answer is you'd probably do the Easter egg step to get more max ammos. You'd do the flag step. The other question is, like, would the skipping the first door still work on the hypothetical BO4 Shadows? Or are we running, like, Waterfront, or are we running something else? Maybe even Nero's Lair would be a good strat on BO4 because of how quickly they spawn. You just run in one circle and then you have the whole horde to Helion Salvo them.
There'd still only be 2 drops around.
That's another great question.
Surely there wouldn't be. Oh, dude, there would be. You'd get max ammos like even less. Just because of how they work on BO4.
I might get off at the end of this round just because round 130 is a nice round number to end on. Pun intended. Always intend your puns. Assume it'd be the BO4 drop system, meaning you would have full powers. Okay, I guess here's the question. Is the Apothicon Sword still on the map, or do you spawn in with your own
how does that
specialist?
work? How does that work?
Shadows on hardcore difficulty would be really interesting, because you'd be relying solely on the Apothicon Servant until instas.
You'd probably have to fucking trade it.
And say you get one of the Ether specialists, so you would have, like, Ragnarok's or the Path of Sorrows or whatever, you wouldn't have the Apothicon Sword. Would BO4 custom zombies ever be a thing? I think it's technically a thing in the very, very beginning stages right now. People have been able to load into, like, Blackout on zombies, if that makes sense. Bandolier trades on Shadows? Oh, true. Yeah, I guess the other question is, where would the brew perk be? Or where would a reasonable perk to trade out be? I guess the perk location in the Rift is probably the best one. They did that in the Halloween Zombies in Warzone and Cold War this Halloween. Stamina up location would be the brew perk. You probably wouldn't trade out your perk there. It would probably be like, would it be the stamina up location and then the 3 locations where Jug, Speed Cola, and Double Tap spawn? That's great. Never punished. I mean, personally, if I had to predict where they would put the perks on a hypothetical BO4 Shadows, it would probably be one... I think they would do the Dead of the Night system, where one perk is either where Stamina Up was or in the Rift, but not both. And then the other 3 perks would be randomly in the Footlight, the Canals, and the Waterfront. Didn't know you can get your Gersh eaten like that? That was a Gersh fail. Everything in the game can fail.
If you place your last Claymore down and it fails, then you won't be able to pick up any more Claymores until you throw a grenade. Or get more Claymores back from like a max.
Brew, cola, and soda in randomized in districts, tonic in the Rift. That would make sense, I think. And I think if that were the case, here's the interesting thing. Trading out, like, secret sauce in the Footlight, the Waterfront, and the Canals perk locations, all of those would suck, I think. Probably the Waterfront would be the least bad, but they would all be bad. No, not even the Waterfront, actually.
What perks would you run on Shadows of BO4?
Dying Wish. Like,
probably Time Slip mod. You could probably get away with not using PhD, honestly. Bandit, you would definitely want Bandit because the Servant.
You would 100% want Bandit, but if you're doing Bandit trades, which perk do you secret sauce? Because you wouldn't put Bandit in Tonic, because that's not worth it. And or the real question is, what would you have as your modifier?
Time slip, probably.
Time slip modifier makes sense.
Wonder what you would be using. Like, would you even be able to use your Wraithfires effectively?
I think it would probably be like a horde kill repeat strategy. Somewhere. Like, my guess would be Nero's Lair. Nero's Lair is actually a not that bad Shadows high round strat. Because they only spawn from like the 3 windows inside the lair and 1 just outside. So they come to you very quickly. You only need to do like 1 circle and then all the zombies are there. And then you shoot the Apothicon Servant and it kills like a horde and a half. It's obviously not as good as Waterfront or like even the Canals perk area, or probably still Winter's Wail? Luna? Oh! Wait. Yeah, Ava's onto something. You know what we would be running on Shadows? Luna modifier. Although, no, counter argument. Every max ammo dropped by Luna would only give 1 bullet for the Apothicon Servant. Because it gives you 1 clip. But 1 clip for the Apothicon Servant is 1 bullet.
Yeah. I just finished my round. I'm on 279
What time are you getting off?
right now.
Okay. I'll probably get off at the end of the round then. Though, my round's gonna be over in like 10 minutes. I've never seen such a hype for BO7. What do you mean by seen such a hype? I don't see that much hype at all, really. I feel like there's many more people hating on BO7 right now than there are saying, ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe me, look at the comments on Treyarch's videos. There's more hate comments than excitement on most of them.
Let's go. I got 1 viewer on Twitch and 1 viewer on YouTube.
That 1 clip is still the most valuable thing because the servant one-shots 1 horde. Yeah, but, like, you're lucky if you get a max
2.
ammo, maybe 2, per
about
Luna activation.
I think about how efficient you would be with the Servant on BO4, though. They would be dying so fast to that thing.
Yeah.
Because their spawn rate's twice as fast as BO3.
Alright, thanks for
And then
stopping
your
in, S-Boss.
Specialist is crazy in BO4. What specials would you have? Chaos? Would there be a Chaos map? I don't even know.
They said Ether Specialists, so I would probably end up running...
For kill? Then you'd have to use PhD.
I don't think Overkill... Like, well, I guess maybe there's an argument to be made, like, you use Overkill if the 2 spawn exists. Do you know what happened to Evelyn? DM me, I will tell you, not on stream. I'm gonna get off at the end of this round, so I'll, if I don't respond to your DM, I'll DM as soon as I get off.
I'm at 55 hours now. Is this my longest console game? How long was that other tag game? Oh, it was like 55 hours, yeah, pretty much. The tag game is still a little bit long. Okay. Good night.
Good night. I will... Well, man, I'll respond to that after I end stream, just because I'm going to end stream when the round ends, which should be in, like, I don't know, 6 minutes, maybe. Because I'll tell you. Hey, Ben, how's it going? I was going to say this felt like a short stream, but it was 3.5 hours, so I guess not. Ah, really? It had to shut off? Alright. Thanks for stopping in. Excited for BO7 on the 14th? You bet I am. I wouldn't place your bet on that. It's interesting. I actually, I did get a sponsorship email from, I'm not going to say the name of the company just because I'm still discussing with them whether or not I'm going to take the sponsorship. Because they did say, hey, we would like you to do a 60-second ad read in your next video. Like, what would you charge for that? And so now I need to carefully highball them, but not highball them in such a way that they can negotiate, but not highball them so much that they say no thanks. And I don't know how much to ask for that sort of thing. But they were specifically like, we would love for you to upload this on the 14th in a BO7 related video. And I don't know how to respond to them and be like, hey, I'm not going to play BO7 and I'm not going to make a BO7 video. So if you want me to do an ad read, I will. And if you want me to release it on the 14th, I will. But don't make it BO7 themed. And I will draw the line. Like, I will be like, hey, if you want this to be an exclusively BO7 ad read, I will just not take your money and not do it. Because that wouldn't be fair of me if that's what you're looking for, is to advertise on a BO7 video. Or I make them buy me the game. I could do that too. But I don't really want to play it. It's not about the money to buy the game. It's about, I don't want to play it out of principle. Sort of a whole vote with your wallet. Don't give them active players. It's a good time for that to spawn. Zombie community definitely grew. Define grew. I'm not making it inside. Because I feel like there might be more people playing the mode, but I don't... I think their statistics are skewed in that... For one, I think Treyarch's just lying about how many people are playing the game is what I actually think. More players, more streaming? But like Black Ops 6 overall had less sales than previous titles did. So it's weird that they're saying like, oh, Liberty Falls is the most played map ever. Based on what? Number of players that have ever loaded into it? Probably not. I'd probably say either Kino or maybe Town. Based on the number of hours that were put in? Maybe. I I don't know how you would measure that sort of thing compared to BO1 or BO2 or BO3. I think that those games probably have more collective hours, given that BO1's been out for 15 years and BO6 has been out for 1 year. So, no, I wouldn't say that. So, based on what then? You know what I mean? And maybe there are more people. Maybe there are more people who are trying zombies for the first time. I can't speak to whether or not that is true, but I don't think that a lot of people are committing to the mode the same way they do BO3. I think that once Black Ops 6's life cycle is over, very few people are actually going to touch it. Meanwhile, Black Ops 3's life cycle has been over for 8 years, and people still play it more than any other zombies game that's been released since then. You know? So, I don't trust Treyarch statistics, and I don't trust the idea that, BO7 hype is all there. If that makes sense. I would also really appreciate a BO2 remaster. I don't think we're ever going to get it. I think Modern Warfare Remastered is the closest we'll ever get. I mean, you know, Treyarch could cook with a zombies-only title, but they're not going to do that either. You're saying it's a fail, BO7? I'm saying the game isn't out yet, so it's yet to be determined, but I don't have high hopes for the game doing well. I really don't. And it... Oh, okay. That's the round. On that note, I should get off. I just looked at the live time and it said 3 hours, 33 minutes, 33 seconds. That's funny. Anyway, will there be more later this week? Yeah, I'm definitely going to stream tomorrow. Tomorrow I got nothing going on, so tomorrow's a stream day. Good night. Thanks for stopping in. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm gonna finish the Duri script first, and then I'll start streaming. So probably tomorrow, early to mid-afternoon. We're gonna play some more of this. Just kind of keep pushing. Please stop streaming at 1 a.m. I don't want to play for another 45 minutes. I'm probably gonna get off and follow JP Boss's advice, maybe. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Goodbye. Good night.